Hi guys, it's me, moley-kun. Now, this week I've been tagged in a small YouTuber tag, I think it's called. I can't find the video. Yep, small YouTuber tag by ItsBecky. I shall link her channel in the description. Do go check it out, she does some really awesome videos. Like, one of the recent ones she did, which was really good, was unusual dating apps. That was, yeah. Actually, I might just link to that video in the script, actually, instead of her channel. I'll just link to that video, be far easier. But do go check it out, she's awesome. I'm also not drinking tea today, I'm drinking coffee, because I'm recording this as I've not long got out of bed. And I need the caffeine. So, what I can believe it is, I've watched a couple of other YouTubers who've done this. It's 15 questions, and then you tag other people to do it. I'm not going to tag other people to do it. If you want to do it, go ahead. I'll put the questions in the description. There is one exception, and that's Fifi. You haven't done a video in ages. You're doing this. I don't care what you say. You are doing this, Fifi. And Lon too, if you want to, but yeah, that's it. So let's get straight into it. Question 1 is, describe your content in a single sentence. I sit in front of a camera and talk about random stuff. Question 2, what equipment do I use to film my videos? For things like this, I actually have 2 boxes of Magic the Gathering cards, which I stack together, and it gets at the right height, I think, to record me sitting at my desk talking to you. But when I'm doing stuff with, like, film reviews of Brenda, or stuff that requires... stuff where I can't sit at my desk, like some of my gaming videos, like the Star Realms one I did with my sister. Brenda has actually let me borrow a tripod. I don't know what sort of tripod it is. It's a tripod. It belongs to Brenda. She's let me borrow it. So I use that for things when I'm not sitting at my desk. And to actually record, I use a Canon XS177. This is actually the second camera I've had to own, because if you remember, back in September the first one was stolen. I do have an update on that, but I want to keep it to a separate video and give you the full update when I know a bit more. But yeah, so this is the second Canon XS177 I've had to own since I started my channel. And then I also have a SanDisk 128GB SD card, which I use for storing my videos and transferring them to my PC to edit. So which then brings me on to question 3. What do I use to edit my videos? I use Windows Video Maker? Windows Movie Maker. It's very basic, but I haven't got a clue where to start with editing. I should probably go on YouTube and watch some tutorials and find out how to use, like, Adobe Premiere or Sony Vegas and stuff like that. But yeah. But for now I just use Windows Movie Maker. It does the job. It allows me to cut where I need it to and sort of splice multiple clips together. So it does what I need it to do. Question 4. Which YouTuber do I resemble the most in terms of content? I really haven't a clue. I really do sit in front of a camera and talk about random stuff. So yeah, I haven't a clue who I would say I'm emulating. I mean, I know ItsBecky, who tagged me, does some vlogging type stuff, but then she also does a lot of tech reviews, and I don't. So, and then there are loads of YouTubers out there, like Ravers Reviews, who does film reviews, but again, I don't just do film reviews. So, yeah. It's really hard to say which YouTuber I resemble the most in terms of content. Yeah. Question 5. Which big YouTuber would I like to collab with and why? Ashens. Definitely Ashens. I love watching his videos. If you don't know who he is Doctor of Psychology from Norwich, England, who now makes a living reviewing tat on a sofa on YouTube. It's like literally he'll trawl the pound shops and dollar stores, getting the worst tats you can possibly get, and reviews them. And that's how he makes a living, despite being a doctor in psychology. But he just has a really dry, sarcastic sense of humour, which I love, and it's very similar to my sense of humour. I'm quite sarcastic, and I would just love to do a collab with him one day. Yeah, he's just amazing. Question 6. Does my channel meet new monetization guidelines? Probably not. I've got less than 50 subscribers, and I think you have like so many minutes of watch time you need now. So probably not. Also, I don't really care. It's never been my intention to get my channel monetized. It's really just something I do for a bit of fun, to be honest. I never got into YouTube to take it seriously and make millions of pounds off it. I mean, and question 7, do I think the guidelines are fair? I really don't, because I haven't looked into this a lot, I really don't have an opinion. There's been a lot of uproar saying it's unfair, lots of people have been lost their monetization status now. But then on the other side, there have been people who have lost their status, but I think it is fair. So, yeah. Personally, I don't know where I stand on the subject. It's not something I've looked into, it's not something I care a whole lot about, because I don't want to monetize my channel. It's not something that's in my long-term plan. So, yeah, I've not looked into it, I don't really care. That may sound bad, but in terms of my YouTube goals, it doesn't come into it. Yeah. Question 8. What do you clarify as a small YouTuber? Now, I would say anybody who does not make enough money to live off YouTube alone, or gets the vast majority of their money from YouTube, would be a small YouTuber. That would be my definition. If YouTube is your main or only job, then you're obviously a big YouTuber because it's working for you. And then that doesn't go into the number of subscribers, that goes into the number of views you get. I think that's how YouTube works, how much it pays you. Again, I don't look into it much because it's not something I care about too much. Yeah, that's what I would count as a small YouTuber. Someone whose YouTube is not their main or only job. That would be my definition. 9. If you had more money, equipment or support, what content would you make? The same content I do now. I made this channel because this was the content I wanted to make. Me sitting in front of a camera and sharing aspects of my life with you guys. So I'd still make this sort of content. I did originally have a gaming channel, and if I had more money, time and support, I would probably like to get that gaming channel going again. But yeah, again, I'd need more money, more equipment for that. So that would be the answer to that question. I'd say I would get the gaming channel up and going, but I would still keep this channel going. Yeah, I love this channel. I really do. When I had my camera stolen back in September, I freaked because I wasn't able to make videos for that 4 weeks in which I was trying to get another camera. Because this has become one of the big parts of my life now. I love making YouTube videos. So I'll still keep this channel going regardless. 10. Do you watch and support other small YouTubers? Yes. Like if I go for my subscription list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, like 14 of the people I'm subscribed to. I'm not subscribed to a whole lot. I think it's like 30 in total. So you know, about half of them are small YouTubers. I do my best to watch and support other YouTubers as much as possible, but I don't get a whole lot of time to watch YouTube, and sometimes I miss people's videos. But yeah, I do my best to help support some YouTubers. I do put a lot of work into them. Most of them put more work into it than I do, and I don't put a lot of work in, to be honest. So it's nice, but being on the creator side of it, I realise it's not an easy job at all. So I appreciate what you guys do, and I always try and watch and support as best I can. So question 11, 3 hobbies outside of YouTube. Those who are familiar with my channel will know straight away that one of my hobbies is dancing, because I do modern jive dancing, classes on a Thursday, through freestyles generally every weekend. I'm a bit upset because we've had like several inches of snow. There has been no dance class or anything this week. It's all been cancelled. But yeah, so one of my main hobbies is dancing. One of my other main hobbies, so I can be very quiet about actually, is I'm a writer. Like I'm actually like a published writer. It's I've had poetry published. Most of my academic work gets published, but I've also written a novel which isn't published. And if anyone wants to read that, let me know. I'll find a way of getting it to you, because I'm happy to distribute it for free. It's not my aim to make money from it. It's high fantasy, parallel world where everything runs on magic. However, the way magic works, when you read through the novel and you, like, I'll just give you an example. Like, the ability to manipulate fire is all about breaking the bonds in the atoms through psychokinesis, breaking down the bonds in the atoms and releasing the energy. Which, if you know your physics, that's all fire is. It's plasma. It's the superheating of gas to break down the bonds in the atoms. I probably haven't explained that too well, but it's the general gist of what fire is. It's plasma. It's a state of matter. And then again, the manipulation of water is through psychokinetic power, is fusing together the oxygen, the hydrogen, and the air, which I'm sure everyone knows water is just hydrogen and oxygen bonded. So yeah, it's high fantasy, but it gets over a few scientific points in describing the way magic works. There are some liberties with it as well, because it's magic. There has to be. But yeah, a few people have read it. I've had some really good feedback. So if you want to read that, or if you want to see me a video just reading a bit of it, let me know. You know, so with my poetry, if you want to see videos of some of that, let me know. I know some of you guys, like Daedalus especially, has asked for more dancing videos, and I am working on that. I've been speaking to a friend, Abby. She's willing to help me with some dance videos. So hopefully in the near future I can start getting some out. But I'm waffling again. So dancing, writing. A third hobby outside YouTube, reading, I would say, would be my third biggest hobby outside of YouTube. Reading. I love books. Like, if you watch my New Year's Q&A video, I've got like books here, books there, books all over my room, books in the hallway. It's I love reading. So yeah, reading, writing, dancing, free hobbies outside of YouTube. Question 12. When do I upload? Sundays between 6 and 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Which, for like East Coast America, that's like between 1 and 2. Yeah, but it's Sundays between 6 and 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time every week. Unless something happens and I can't think of a video or whatever, but Sundays. Question 13. Where do I want my channel to be in a year's time? Now, I answered this in my New Year's Q&A video. I would like to... I think it was I wanted to get to 50 subscribers, which I'm very close to actually. I'm on 47 as I'm recording it. And an average 50 views per video. I'm currently around 20, 25. Although that seems to be tailing off for some reason. So I'll look into that. But yeah, I answered that on my New Year's Q&A. I'll link that in the description as well. 14. Tell us your social medias. I only have one really for my channel, and that's my Twitter, and I always link that in the description anyway. So, yeah. And 15, final question. Does pineapple belong on pizza? I answered this again in my New Year's Q&A video, and the answer was hell yes, pineapple belongs on pizza. It's one of the best toppings. It's like one of my favourite pizzas is ham and pineapple with mushrooms and olives. But yeah, so that was the new YouTuber tag. Again, I'm not going to tag anyone specifically except Fifi the Unicorn. If you want to do it, I'll put 15 questions below. You can go do your own video. Let me know if you do. I'll watch it. I mean, I've been loving watching other YouTubers do this. It gives you an insight into them, and it's really good. So yeah, and shall see you all next week. Well, we actually have next week's video recorded, so woohoo, I'm ahead of the game. So I shall see you then, and until then, thanks for watching, and bye.